This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Those cows are cute. We're waking up with a live look at the Gateway Arch here. Just like last week, it's a little cloudy out there in the skies. Thankfully, we're getting a little bit of a break, and I say a little bit of a break from the severe weather. It was raining a little bit earlier, one of the live shots with Sydney Stallworth, but as we just saw, she's no longer in the rain. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's Monday. I'm Rennie Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. We just want to say thanks for joining us, including those of you who might be watching us on 5+. Paul Cook is in the house, keeping an eye on traffic. Also,
Yes.
you made a really nice batch of coffee.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you. It's
I
good.
did. That's right.
Have you had Paul's coffee?
I have not had Paul's coffee.
Well, okay.
Paul's a barista. He's a barista in his spare
impressed.
time.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Rennie, the shower Sydney had in her shot, yeah, they moved on, but that's going to be the trend through the day. You may have outdoor plans and boom, a shower hits, and then you can get right back out and enjoy those outdoor activities. So one of those days you just have to put it on pause from time to time. You see on the Doppler radar this morning, those showers are scooting through St. Louis and now pushing off towards the Metro East. Troy, Illinois, you've had a few showers. Even in North County, you've had some, and another one popping up this morning. South as well, down towards Arnold, Cedar Hill, getting a few of these light, spotty showers. So we're not completely out of the woods just yet when it comes to rain. The area of low pressure is actually positioned across northern Illinois, and as long as that's so close to us, we'll have cloud cover around and even a few brief spotty showers. The good news, though, temperatures won't be hot today. We're only up near 80 degrees with breezy winds, so some natural AC from Mother Nature. We'll talk about Wednesday. That's our next weather alert day. That's coming up. Let's get over to Paul now and get an update on our Monday morning commute. Paul, what are you finding on the roads?
Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, I was really thinking we were going to be pretty rough out there right now because of that rain, but you said it. It's kind of sporadic and quick. Looks like you're moving very, very well. We do have some construction projects that will assume and get ready again this morning, and that's the one at Ballast. That's 6440 exit ramp to Ballast going eastbound. Other than that, you're moving very, very well out there. We're going to keep an eye on traffic, and we'll have more coming within the next 15 minutes. Back to you guys.
Developing this morning, the Major Case Squad is asking for your help in a deadly shooting of a pregnant woman. It happened on Saturday night near Page and Skinker and Wellston. Investigators say the 30-year-old pregnant woman was driving at the time when someone fired shots into her car. Another woman in the car was also shot, but her injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. If you have any information, you can make an anonymous call to Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS.
Hours from now, a man accused of sexually assaulting a young boy in St. Louis Hills will appear in court. The troubling case hit the South St. Louis community really hard. And Alex Fies is live downtown the Carnahan Courthouse with what happened and what we can expect today. Good morning, Alex.
Michelle, good morning. 34-year-old Haji Gul Osmani faces charges for allegedly preying on children in two separate incidents last month. Both of them happened in the St. Louis Hills neighborhood of South City. Now, police say Osmani admitted to snatching a 6-year-old boy riding his bicycle and sexually assaulting him in a vacant home on July 23rd. Osmani is now charged with first-degree statutory sodomy and sexual misconduct involving a child. Neighborhood residents provided police with surveillance video showing Osmani in the area. That quickly led to his arrest. A police source tells 5 on Your Side a second victim recognized the suspect's photos on TV and told investigators that on July 16th, Osmani tried to put him in a headlock and abduct him near Francis Park. The 12-year-old boy said he was able to get away. Osmani is charged with attempted statutory sodomy and fourth-degree assault in connection with that incident. Now, police fear there may be more victims who had contact with Osmani out there. They're asking parents to report those cases. Osmani is being held this morning in the St. Louis City Justice Center without bond. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll hear from a neighborhood association representative who will talk about the technology and the cooperation that led to getting a suspect in custody. Live this morning downtown, Alex Fies, 5 on Your Side.
Thank you, Alex. Right now, St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones is facing a federal civil rights lawsuit. She's accused of using heavy-handed tactics to retaliate against a critic.
Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, looks into claims from a former nonprofit worker who says the mayor called his boss and threatened to cut off public funding.
Yitzi Simon says Mayor Tashara Jones targeted his job after he protested the eviction of a riverfront homeless encampment in March. He lost his job, but hasn't stopped his criticism. In a lawsuit, he now says the mayor's policies toward unhoused people are, quote, more harsh and more severe than her predecessors. Before city workers used bulldozers to clear this riverfront encampment,
No housing! No peace!
activists used bullhorns to urge the mayor to stop the sweeps. Yitzi Simon says joining this protest outside City Hall in March cost him his job.
The mayor retaliated against me standing up for unhoused people.
He claims city workers tried to steer unhoused people into addiction treatment beds before they were ready to get sober. So he offered them alternative shelter where he worked at the St. Patrick Center.
To them, that seemed like I was sabotaging services. I would want a person to get into treatment, but I would never make their housing contingent on them getting into services.
The St. Patrick Center fired Simon days later, citing gross misconduct that resulted in a threat of losing funding.
He's allowed to stand on the City Hall steps and say whatever he thinks about Tishaura Jones's administration.
In a 39-page court filing, Simon's lawyer, Stephen Hoffman, claims the mayor personally placed a phone call to Simon's boss and threatened to cut off their funding if he wasn't fired.
Going after people, and it's kind of ruthless, especially to target, no offense, Mr. Simon, a sort of low-level employee of what's essentially a Catholic charity, and to go after, to come for their job. The mayor needs to do some serious self-reflection about how she wants to manage the city of St. Louis.
The mayor's office sidestepped the allegations of retribution, saying she can't comment on pending litigation, but that she, quote, remains committed to doing better by our unhoused neighbors.
Because of her personality and temperament, she feels the need to personally respond. And it's inappropriate, first of all, for a public official to be dictating to private employers who they employ. And she never should have made those threats. That's clearly unconstitutional.
The lawsuit makes another bizarre claim, that the mayor threatened to blacklist Board of Aldermen President Megan Green if she tried to interfere with the eviction back in March. Green declined to comment on that claim in this pending lawsuit, but she did say the board is working on policies around evicting encampments this fall.
All right, just about 6:10, and let's talk about what you can expect this week. We are waking up with a few spotty showers around this morning, and that'll be the trend through the day today. Just brief bouts of rain, but not an all-day rain. And because of the cloud cover and the brief showers, temperatures will not be as hot today. Our next weather alert day, that is for Wednesday. Strong storms in the forecast and even some heavy rain, but it's comfortable when it comes to our temperatures through the week until Friday. It does heat up back into the 90s by then. We'll take a look at the Futurecast and dive deeper into our next weather alert day for Wednesday in just a few minutes.